Pisces, let's clear some smoke. I'm going to go ahead and do your almost personal love reading for this month. See what the divine wants and needs you to know most at this time. So let's get into main energy. Divine, may I have three best cards for main energy for Pisces at this time? Three best cards. All right, darling, I do hope that all is well and that you are doing well. Okay, main energy for mental is imprisonment. Consequences of non-compliance can be severe and lasting. Disregard for rules disrupts order, and invites conflict. Hidden legal dangers lurk and threaten your peace. 59 breaking down to 14, 14 to 5. Fives are about conflict, change, and expansion. And then in the environment, main energy is the distance between us grew as I turned to substances to cope with life. Now I must face the truth. We can't heal until I stop numbing myself. Okay. And with this happening here in the environment, it's understandable. Wanting to escape and or cope with what's going on and what's going on externally and what's going on internally. Okay, so let's deal with these two energies here first. So the imprisonment is, at first, whatever was agreed upon, meaning whether you agreed upon it verbally or just in complacency or letting it happen and occur and reaping the benefits of this illegality or missteps or deception that was going on. You maybe have felt like it's me and you against the world type of energy, and whatever we have to do to survive is what we're going to do. Something that could have been mild or that could have started off being in the extreme or any point in between. Now you weren't fully on board, but you weren't in terms of the actions, but you were fully on board in terms of the results of those actions. Okay, the ends that you wanted, the ends, you didn't necessarily agree with the means. Okay. And now the hidden legal dangers lurk. Now there's little signs trickling in that there's a coming judgment. There's a coming fire that's going to burn through things. And it's going to really test the commitment on both sides of the relationship, whether or not you're going to stand fast with this person and deal with what they go through and get into the energy of being a ride or die, or is this person going to skate out and leave you holding the bag? Are they beginning to disconnect? Are they beginning to disassociate themselves? Depending on where you sit at the table in regards to these choices that were made, that was at first it appeared that no one was going to catch up with it. You were going to be able to get in real quick, get out, but there may have been some greed that ensued. So you know how it goes, like, oh, I'm just going to do it one or two times, and you probably would have gotten away with it. But then once something comes easily, it becomes easier and easier to commit the act that gets you the ends that you want. So in the center, you have the distance between us grew as I turned to substances to cope with life. Excuse me. At first, it probably started off as celebratory things because maybe you had excess funds to do the fun things that you wanted to do. So you got to partying and doing whatever it is that you like to do to turn up. Okay. Whatever those things are. Substances could be a lot of things. Okay. But you know better than anyone else alive what this means. But at first it was about partying. Now it's about coping. Now it's about dealing with and numbing yourself to the situation of the impending doom that may or may not be around the corner and what you're going to have to do to survive this fallout. Not only that is because a lot of things may be running the chance of being exposed. A lot of your private behind the scenes actions of where people may have thought you all were just running a hell of a series of luck and expansion and everything's looking good and great. Now it's going to start to kind of, the house of cards is going to start to fall a little bit. The big bad wolf of karma is coming around and, it's going to huff and puff and blow down the houses. Now, in the spiritual, main energy for spiritual is the walls we built for privacy, damn, have crumbled, and now everyone knows too much. We need to rebuild trust before we can move forward. I promise you, I did not even read that. I always wait to read the spiritual cert last. But there we go. Now, this is a judgment-free zone. We all have to do what we think is best to do what we need to do to survive. Okay? So that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about as virtual friends and family is to talk about how you need to be thinking about what's coming towards you and how you're going to handle that. Okay? So I want to get that up front. All right. All right, darling. Deep breath, open mind, open hearts. Get ready to receive what the divine wants you to know. Okay. I have to get in touch with your divine nature and balance out this energy. All right. May I have 10 best cards? Whatever we did together, and this feels like this was something more white collar. The energy of you found a loophole, if you will, a way to kind of beat the system. And this is what made it easier and simpler to do it. It wasn't like you were out, doing strong arm robbery here. So this is what made it more palatable, more easier to kind of digest and deal with. Hence that energy early on of it was about celebration and going out and taking out your friends and partying and drinking and whatever else that came along with that. Now it's a coping mechanism to kind of deal with the guilt that's happening because things are, again, it's beginning to crumble around you. So the King of Wands starting out was the energy of the person who came up with the plan. And said, hey, and it more than likely kind of probably stumbled on this. And I was like, hey, XYZ, if we do this, it kind of does this. And then this is amazing. Let's see, it's nothing that we're going to get caught with. It's legal. It's not, if we kind of spread it out, etc., etc., etc. So again, it was like a loophole, sort of like that, something like a loophole that came up. And it was at a time where things were really, really tight. And it seemed like it was this miracle thing that occurred. And at the time, it very well may have been. Okay, again, judgment-free zone. If you're willing to do a certain thing, if you're willing to deal with the fallout of it, then do what you will. But understand that there are consequences to our actions. Truth and the consequences. Okay. Now the Hermit is where you were, like, oh, I'm not gonna, I'm just not gonna look at it. Fine. There's got to be a way that this could work out for us, and if we do, it's fine. And da 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 da. And the Five of Swords is here at the center of things, where the strategy was this person just, you had told yourself, as well as it was coming up with this scheme that is perfectly fine, and people do it every day, and we hitting this lick, let's get it done, and da 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 da. And then it grew. And then the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles happened. The King of Wands jumped, hopped, and skipped over King of Cups and the King of Swords, and we're right into the King of Pentacles in terms of false wealth, false material wealth. The spiritual aspect, the mental alignment, the emotional alignment was completely missing. It went from doing action straight to wealth. Okay, overnight success, if you will, and missed all the important parts. Emotionally, what is this going to do? Mentally, what is the strategy? No, overpowered and outpowered, and it just kind of came up with this whole thing like everybody else do it. Why can't we do it? Then the Ten of Pentacles happened, where you saw a season of financial gains. Okay, the Six of Wands is here. The King of Wands is very confident in the victory, but the victory was not assured. Remember, that's the 6. You got the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10 of Wands. Then you get into your courts. So there's still the seven of where you got to defend everything. Eight of wands with shit moving real fast. Nine of wands, you're tired, you're looking over your shoulder. Now everything is catching up. 10 of wands, oh shit. Now I got to carry this load, this burden of knowing what I'm doing and what could be coming. 8 of swords. Acting as if with this hermit, I didn't know. Now you want, I don't know. I didn't know everything that was going on. Of course you knew. You agreed. Okay? Because when it all comes down, whether it goes to a legal state or whether it goes to a point of you having to say enough is enough, we have to stop. If we don't stop this now, we're going to have real problems. And there may be a lot of other people that are going to be affected by these choices. And you're at a place where the divine is coming in with this message. Warning comes before destruction. You're going to have to determine if you're going to go down with this ship. There may be a point where you'll have to say, I'm done with this. If you can walk away, this may be the time that divine is coming in to warn you it's time to walk away. Because at some point, you standing there and agreeing and taking the money, they're going to pull you into it. Some shape, form, fashion. It's going to happen. 8 of Pentacles is here of where you thought that what they were talking about was it's multiplied and it's grown, but it's not. It appeared again that it was just like this. You have all this money now, whatever a lot of money would be considered to you. But what have you really done with it? When you look around you, do you just see a whole bunch of like material possessions and things? Have you really taken the money to try to invest it and grow it into something else? Have you really taken the money and put it to the use of where you'll have future success and security? Or have you just really been off screwing about, running amok? That's also the guilt there. Like we had all this money and now we've pissed it away. Literally. In a lot of cases, you've been partying, you've been doing all this stuff, you've been living the social media lifestyle that's fast and furious and everything is on fire. But I mean, where's now that you need to fall back? You're looking around at the receipts. It's like, what am I gonna do with this money? Because everything that you've bought or acquired, go back and try to sell it now. It's going to be maybe 25% of what you paid. Funny how that works. Retail versus wholesale prices, very, very, very different. Okay? Unless you're dealing with a lot of precious metals. Okay? Knight of Swords to the Death card here is now where you have to start having these conversations. And the divine is trying to get you to understand that an emotional change is here. And it's time for you to transform the situation, dear Pisces. You're going to have to, now it's going to be about, because you're going to stand in front of the judge and the jury. And it's going to be up to you. And they're not going to go with the whole, well, I was influenced with everything else. It may somewhat sway. But at the end of the day, you still stood by. You still took the money. Still provided shelter. Still aided and abetted. More information on this 8 of Swords, this 8 of Pentacles, please. And this Knight of Swords. 6 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, 6 of Cups. Yeah. If you have family that you can return to right now, this is the time. Funny, I see a woman somehow stressed out about this fast lifestyle you've been living. And they've been really calling for you to come home because they understand and they got wisdom and they've seen this kind of thing occur before. It's new for you, but it's old for them. Meaning that you're just experiencing it, but they have the wisdom to see what happens after the fact. They realize and they know that it couldn't be going on this fast based upon what you know about life and how much you've lived. That they're like, nah, you couldn't be coming up this fast with this situation. This is not even you. Not to mention that the coping mechanisms that you have in place are now they're no longer coping. You're not using them to cope. They're survival tactics, and they're chewing you up. They're eating you alive. They're consuming you. Not to mention the guilt that you have because you're afraid of what the impending doom is and what's coming. You have an out. I know you don't see that right now. Doesn't feel like you do. Because you want to stay loyal to this King of Wands and this King of Pentacles. And it could very well be that these are two separate people too. You may not know that this King of Pentacles is not, it may seem like your person is the King of Pentacles, but this King of Wands is really who they are. And this is the paymaster. And this is who they paying. Got some shit going on here. Oh yeah, you do. And they gonna want their money rain, sleet, or snow, in death and perpetuity. I don't know, I just devastating smile associated with this King of Pentacles. But it is, in fact, quite devastating. And they will offer you up on a platter because there is no energy surrounding this King of Pentacles to support the proper energy of what the King of Pentacles truly means. Pyrrhic victory. Okay. So let's see. But you can move forward here. You need to take refuge. Again, there's a divine feminine energy that has been calling on you. The opportunity is here and now, and they can save you. You may have to, that's what may be the problem, is that you don't want to have to make the choice between being loyal to this person and choosing yourself. Now, if we're going to talk about loyalty, a person bringing you into an illegitimate scheme has turned you into an accomplice to a crime. Now, you may in fact just be benefiting from the financial gains of said crime, but you're associated by default. Especially if we were talking about a love reading here. So in some kind of way, you are tied to this person. And if they're investigating them, they're going to be investigating you. And if you've put your name on things, if you've signed for things, if you're the person walking in doing the exchange for things, who on camera here? Again, no judgment, just saying that. No, I don't think there's people that grow up to be, they're just criminals. And there are people that just fall into things. It was just a lick. We hit it that 1 or 2, 3, 4 times, and then it became more than we ever thought it was going to be, especially when this person potentially hooked up with this King of Pentacles and really got a mastermind behind them. And then it was like, oh, for instance, they may have told this person about what was going on. This person is like a career shyster and criminal. It was like, oh, their big criminal brain got to working, and then they all came in on it, and there you go. And now you got a whole criminal fucking outfit going on here. And it got bigger than you. Way bigger than you. And you like, I'm right. I feel you. All right, so divine strategy moving forward. I have 4 best cards, please. Yeah. See? This is your warning before destruction. Because your coping mechanisms aren't working anymore. You're too astute and too aware. And more importantly, you got a support team. Again, I keep seeing this woman. Or divine feminine energy around you that's like super nurturing and caring. It doesn't necessarily have to be a woman, but it's showing up to be that way. It's a divine nurturing spirit that the divine is utilizing, because that particular person's energy can break through the noise of this other person, break through the static. Okay, so the Magician is here to say to you that as above, so below. If you are in any way seeing and knowing, because again, empathic energy, Pisces harbors, you hold a safe space for that. You know what's coming, okay? You might be a fan of true crime. You already know you don't want to be that person. And this is your opportunity to apply and accept the love being offered to you from this person, that the divine is utilizing your earth angel to come in and say, please listen to me. Let me help you. 4 of Swords to pull you away and to allow you a space to heal and get clear, meaning to detox yourself. It does not feel like you're in some state of complete and total addiction. Like you just hope not. I pray not. But whatever it is, you're not in a place of where you won't, it'll be difficult to come out, but it won't be hard or impossible for you to do it. Keep going, it could be. And also will affect your judgment. But right now you're still in the land of divinity within you. You still can hear that voice. So now it's time to take your rest and understand that may not be the King of Wands' initial intention was to betray you. They wanted to see you happy. They wanted to be up. It started off as something that was a simple little, we found a lick. But now the betrayal came when they decided to keep going and they got greedy and they kept bringing you further and further into things. It's one thing for a person to go out and do what they do and bring you home the spoils of that, but never involve you in that. You can play ignorant. You really could, but they involved you in more and more of it. And so that was a betrayal. The Ace of Swords is here where, so you can really hear the truth, not only from the earth angel that is being brought in here to assist you and pour this love into you and refill your cup, but also from the divine cutting through the noise and letting you know, like, listen, I know you love this person and you want what's best for them. And what's best for them is for you to walk away. Because somebody's going to have to support them at their lowest moments. And you need to be clear and calm and centered to do that. Right? And then the Chariot is here. Do not hesitate to take this opportunity to walk away now. Do not hesitate. Do not. This is not the point for you to sit and reason, and this is you being called. Do it now. Save yourself so that you can help this person save themselves later. Okay? All right. I appreciate you, dear Pisces. Hope the session is of assistance to you, and do remember that back then is not now. Always be in harmony with your surroundings. Stay sucker free. Hope to see you again.